My name is Ina, and to be honest, right, when I was standing at the top earlier, when the music came on, right, I told myself, why did I choose this music? I haven't even walked, I cry already. And I just spent my way crying down the entire aisle. But I am truly very, very deeply honored to be here today, to be celebrating my achievement and milestone with all of you seated here tonight. Well, not so long ago, I was probably seated somewhere over there at the back of the hall, and I was watching all of these stories, all of these people getting recognized on stage. And I was wondering to myself, like, could that ever be me? I'm sure many of you right now might be looking at today's convention, how amazing it was, right? And then maybe some of you are like my husband. He asked me, hey, all these all paid actors ah. Does anybody feel that way? Yes, and that was my first experience. But of course, from that time onwards, right, I felt something spark in me. And it feels very, very surreal that today I'm here on stage to share about my journey and my story thus far here. Thank you so much for the applause. Actually, y'all cannot, I don't know if you can tell, but my mind is kind of a little bit blank right now. Especially after John and Tessa's amazing sharing. Congratulations once again. So a little bit about myself. When I was 23 years old, that's when I started my first business. So I have been running an e-commerce shop for 15 years. And if you are wondering before that what I was doing, I was actually a graphic designer. And my last drawn pay, by the way, was about $2,000, Singapore dollars. So when I started my business back then, I honestly didn't know what I was in for. I just thought, okay, let's give it a try. But back then, I truly had no idea what running a business was. I didn't have any background, like business knowledge. I didn't know how to manage cash flow, let alone profits, right? And at first I thought, okay, it's not so bad, let's just go along and we'll see where we end up, right? So as I grew my business over the years, I was the only business owner, which means that everything is on me. So although it looks very glamorous and pretty from the outside, being a business owner, actually the truth is that there are a lot of things that people don't see. For instance, there are no off days, there is no backup plan, there is no switch off button. Even when I'm on holiday, right, I have to always run through the list of to-do in my head. And I always have my computer with me on every single trip because at any point in time, I have to whip out my computer to get work done. So I could be enjoying like my time overseas, but then at night I'll be working to the wee hours like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. So of course, I think there were a lot of sacrifices to be made, and I just told myself, that's what it's like, being your own business owner, running your own online e-commerce. But what happened was that as my business expanded and grew, I started to realize that I was in deeper than I was prepared to. So when my business grew, I took on more expenses. I had a bigger office, I ordered more shipments, and everything seemed very great on the surface. But there was a sudden slowdown in business, and that was when I was maybe 27 or 28 years old. And suddenly, within 6 months, right, I found myself in like a 6-figure debt, and that was Singapore dollars. So to me back then, I really was very, very stressed out because I asked myself, if today I return to the employment life, last drawn pay $2,000, even if my $2,000 goes towards paying off my 6-figure debt, a rough calculation, it would take me 5 or 6 years. So I told myself, okay, cannot. So I carried on in my business, somehow managed to make it work, really just kept going, even when I feel like I can't go on anymore. Just kept doing and kept doing and kept just paying off this debt bit by bit by bit over the months. And the day that I finally sensed that final, invoice, right, that amount to my business partner, right, it really feels like there was this rock that was lifted off my shoulders. Like finally, I'm debt-free. After being in debt for almost 2 or 3 years, I don't know about you, but I was just so thankful at that point in time that finally I don't have that 6-figure sum hanging over my head. But truth be told, right, after that I feel like I learned a huge lesson that whatever that I'm doing does not give me time freedom, financial freedom. Because no matter what I was doing, I was still stuck in a never-ending cycle. Like, I just make money, and then I work, and then I make money, and I work some more. So although I was always looking for more income sources, looking for new business opportunities, at the end of the day, I knew that it was still active income. And no matter what, if I had to stop working, I won't have any more income. So back then, maybe somehow the universe heard me. And also thank myself for putting on weight, right? Because like many of you here, I actually got introduced to Nu Skin through a set of TR90, right? Back then, TR Me series. And at first, I just wanted to improve on my looks and lose some weight. But then I attended my first LTS, and that was in January last year. And while I was seated at the back of the hall, right, I just thought to myself, like, what is this place? What is this environment where people are getting recognized on stage and everybody is so happy for everybody? And no matter what their background was, whether it's like Tessa and John who are from mining industry, whether it's like all the other success stories where we've got so many different people from all walks of life, right? They all managed to find their time and financial freedom over here. And somehow, right, that, you know, that very skeptical heart of mine started to open a little bit. And I thought, okay, maybe there's something here. So what happened afterwards? I came back and I kept coming back. And along the way, I didn't know what I was doing, but I am so very, very thankful to all of my mentors and uplines. Please give them a big round of applause. So, my angel Denise, Roy, and of course Lee Fang, Daphne, Caroline, Max and Sharon, and Mr. Chua. For sure, if I didn't have them, today I would not be standing right here. They didn't just show me how the business worked, they brought me along on this journey, they led me, they guided me, they helped me to grow, they helped me to realize my potential. Because, to be honest, right, even when I was starting to see some income here, I still doubted myself. I still thought, maybe others can, I cannot. I don't know if, maybe for me, because I've always been very independent and I don't like to turn to others for help. So that was something that really changed when my uplines and my mentors gave me so much confidence. They believed in me before I even believed in myself. I just felt that I'm just so grateful that there's this environment here for us all. Because from there, that was when I started to dream again. I thought to myself, finally, maybe something has changed. So after that, I did keep coming back, and I made a very important decision. I told myself that I want to succeed here, and I'm gonna be recognized as EBD today. Thank you. But of course, if you ask me, right, did I have my doubt? For sure, I did. Did I know what I was doing? For sure, I don't know what I was doing. But because of the amazing environment here, I mean, look at every single person standing out there, you know, the crew, the IT, the support, the stage. Nobody's getting paid here. And that really made me feel like it's just so crazy. Where can you find this in the corporate world, or even for myself as a business owner? Nobody would ever reach out their hand to me and say, come, I'm going to give you a hand, I'm going to help you. No, nobody. But over here, not just my direct uplines and mentors, but all of our leaders, all of the brothers and sisters here, they only showed me so much love, so much, positivity, and so much energy, like good energy, that it made me want to keep coming back. Yeah, so thank you. Truly, without ST and without my mentors, I wouldn't be standing here today. And of course, I have to thank a very, very special person who is seated down there over here. And that is my husband, Kenneth. And although I may be standing up here alone right now, but this achievement, it is as much as mine as it is to my husband, because he is one of the persons that is most dear to me. So thank you for being my rock, my support, my greatest cheerleader. And one of the things that also happened to us very early on in our relationship was that back then my husband was in finance. So he was in the stock market. So he has always been, putting his money there, hoping to get more money back. But I think one day everything just came crashing on us, because we woke up overnight and we found that his entire portfolio, or his stock, his stock portfolio, right? It was shut down overnight with incredible amount of losses that we could do nothing about. And back then, I think we were both very, very crushed, because when you talk about passive investment, you will surely think about putting your money into stocks, investments, and things like that.
Yeah.
So when that incident happened, it just told me one more thing, which is that I don't think I can rely on the stock market, especially when thousands and thousands of dollars were just wiped out from us in a single night. So that was something that also motivated me to want to work harder and see our success here, so that we can carry on to have a great life together with our family members, our friends. And I don't know, to me, I just feel like the income isn't everything. I think you guys should agree that lots of places can bring you money. But over here at ST, it's not just about the income that you make. It is about all-rounded success, where when you celebrate your achievements, your family, your friends, your team members are here to cheer you on, to support you. And that's why I spent another 10 minutes crying down the aisle earlier. Because every single face that I saw with so much happiness and joy for me just really overwhelmed me. And I really hope that I'm going to have the opportunity to celebrate everybody's success, and then also not be the one ugly crying down the aisle. Yeah, instead I'll be the one congratulating all of you. Yeah, truly. And I am so glad that I'm here today, and I look forward to bigger and better things to come for ST and for all of us. And I need to thank my mentors and uplines once again. Denise and Roy, thank you for always showing me the way, for doing more than I could have ever expected or imagined from you. Li Fang, when I came for my first LTS, I think that was when I saw you on stage already. And it's like you just see your outline already here. So obviously you should be coming up soon, right? So of course, Daphne, she's always very quiet one, but her confidence, right, just over the top. And by the way, Daphne was the one who shared the business plan with me. I'll leave that story for another time. But Caroline as well, there's just no words, because I think once you start to really open up your heart, you realize that everybody here truly has nothing to offer but so much confidence, positivity, so much belief in you and in me, more than I could have ever imagined. And of course to Max and Sharon, who also showed me the way and always guided me, even all the way from KL, Yeah, and every morning I will hear Max's voice. And of course to Mr. Chua, I would not be standing here today without all of you. Last but not least, to everybody, to all my brothers and sisters, to everybody who is selflessly being the crew, whether you're on stage, behind the IT. Mel was doing my montage till very late. Like, I kept receiving messages from them at 1 or 2 a.m., okay? So you can only imagine how hard everybody's working backstage. So I hope that today, my success story can also inspire you, because I believe that if I can do it with no background experience, with nothing, zero, I started from scratch and I had to relearn all over again, you definitely can do it too. So I truly look forward to celebrating all of your success together with you, and see you at the top. Thank you.
Thank you.